Welcome to each backyard. Just going for a walk. Thought I'd bring you along with me, see if anybody jumps on. Sure is a nice one, Easter Sunday. Trying to walk around, see what comes to mind. And right away, something I'm very interested in comes to mind, which is the use of burning wood to replace some of the minerals in your yard. That's something I'm getting into. I think they call that biochar. And it's one of a couple of things I have on my to-do list for this year. Which is to incorporate, all the micronutrients, let's say, into my yard. And also, I'm thinking more and more now that I have to get the wood chips thing going. So I think I'm going to do that, which is to feed your yard wood chips for a good amount of time, just like this forest naturally does, right? But our yards do not typically feed it wood chips to enrich the soil. And this is what I'm dealing with in my backyard. I'm not complaining, I love it, but it's sand with a little bit of organic material. You see, it hardly even makes your hands dirty, and it is bone dry. It rained like a day and a half ago, but bone dry. One thing we notice is that after the forest is burned, in Florida they do a lot of controlled burning, that after the forest is burned, that everything grows much more vigorously, much more rapidly. And I believe that's because everything is burned away except for the minerals, which do not burn, and you replace those things into the soil. And you can see here there's been a burn. This is a small strip of undeveloped land, but I'm so grateful it's here. Now, this is the natural environment where I live, which is something you want to acknowledge as you get to creating your food forest. What are the conditions that you're living with? I mean, how much rain do you get? How sunny does it get? How cold does it get? You have different things that you have to worry about. Like I have to worry about salt a little. I don't have to worry about it, but I have to manage salt because there's a lot of salt in the groundwater. Oh, look at that. This particular spot, wild coffee growing everywhere. And I am walking kind of slow because I do not want to step on a snake if possible. This is right where wild coffee does the best, which is in a semi-shaded spot. And this is the time of year, beginning of April, it starts to sprout the flowers. It'll then become the bright red berries that grow very easily from seed. Although they call this wild coffee, I don't think it's a true coffee, so to speak. It's a little different, but it resembles it very closely, as you can see. Another thing is that I tried to grow grapes this year, and I bought a variety I got at a chain store, which is what it is, but it hasn't been doing well at all. Now, this is the natural form of grape that does very well. I think it's a dwarf muscadine, but it's just wild Florida grapes. Look at that. And produce actually a lot of delicious little miniature grapes. And this is probably a far better choice for my yard. This year I may grab some grapes and try to grow some wild grapes in the yard. They want to, of course, go way up and hang off of things like this one. But I like to come into the edge of the woods, so to speak, and just look around to see what's growing, see if we got any volunteers happening. Little coffee plants everywhere, little live oak trees all over the place. Occasionally you'll see some non-native stuff growing here and there. After all, it is Florida. Very nice. All right, we got a little pond over here. Let's check out some cool bananas growing. See if we can see any fish in here. Now, one cool thing this Easter is that we actually do have 2 cute, adorable bunnies. It's the first Easter I've actually ever owned a bunny. So it's a lot of fun. We're going to do a egg hunt later. But yeah, this pond here is a series of 3 phased ponds that progressively cleans the water. So this, I believe, is the first pond, and so it is the murkiest. But as you go to the different ponds, they're filled with vegetation and fish and everything, so that it cleans the water. And by the time they let it back out into the larger estuary, it's not as full of the things which we don't want in it heading out there, which is pretty cool. I love to fish. Actually, I got a fishing channel called Florida Fishy Finger. If you're interested, go check it out. Give it a sub if you like that kind of thing. But you know, clean water, it really benefits me a lot in all the things I love to do. I also have a surfing channel where called Surf All Day A1A. Sorry, I just got a text. All right, so such a cool little corner of the world right here. This is papyrus growing right in the water. I always imagine, like, you know, ancient Egypt or something, where you have the papyrus on the banks. Grows very easily, very well in water. It also gets very thick, so it's an interesting choice planting this here, because you can see it's now starting to move out, and papyrus not being a native to Florida, well, that could be a bummer, I guess. Doesn't give the native stuff much to do with. But you can see this banana tree is producing some bananas. It's nice. Bananas love water. And you know what else bananas love is a lot of organic decaying matter around the roots. That's just a no way around that scenario. And this gives it all that, right? All this stuff dying and dropping all the time and just totally turboing this rather weak clump here of small bananas, but still it's just getting what it's given naturally. A pond apple. Oh, look at this. There we go. Little fruit. Setting fruit. Yeah, the ends all have some fruit here. That's good. Yeah, so this is something you find throughout Florida, which is people have just planted things over the years and they become much larger. But the things that can survive on their own, like a banana clump on the side of a pond, naturally do the best. And there's about 3 or 4 different varieties of bananas along here. Very interesting. Another thing is natural ground cover. I don't know if this is a native or not. I don't think it is. But this actually produces a real nice ground cover. I'm curious if it would be a good option for some spots in my yard, but as you can see, it looks like it really just runs underground. So I don't know. Interesting. Oh, look what we have here. See, guerrilla landscaping. People coming around planting edible things. What do we have here? That's a mango tree, probably grown from a seed. That's kind of cool. You know, the thing about the mango trees are that grown from a seed, you don't necessarily know if they'll grow true to seed, that is, produce the fruit, which the seed, the fruit that the seed came from, tasted like, but still fun. Still makes a great tree one way or another, but it could be the mango tree you always wish will produce a mango but never does. I actually have one of those in my yard, my Edward mango tree, which I've been growing for over 10 years. is finally with the addition of rabbit manure. Or sweet, sweet bunny rabbit manure. With the addition of that manure, it is now set 2 mangoes. So we're just hoping as these lonely 2 mangoes swing in the afternoon breeze this afternoon, they don't come down. But one of these years, the Tommy Atkins mango I have and Hayden more than make up for it. The Hayden can be a bit spotty, but the fruit is excellent. Tommy Atkins, good fruit, just not great. Grocery store mangoes. And the Tommy Atkins just produces a ton of fruit. So that's pretty cool. I'm actually thinking of seeing if a friend of mine will make mango wine or mango mead, using some of them this year. I think that'd be a cool way to deal with the volume that you get. This is something I like to do a lot, which is just spend time walking around in nature, whatever that might be. Sometimes just walking around on the beach. But I find it to be incredibly grounding. Nice little walk. I'll get back on my beach cruiser here. And I'll take a moment to take a look at this sweet machine. Look at that thing. Game changer. I love my bike so much. Where I live, the idea of having a beach cruiser is a staple of the community for sure. And it's a very specific type of bike. And you won't see any wires, no fenders, back pedal brakes, big comfortable seat, big fat tires, not crazy huge, just regular tires, but nice big tires. And that thing is so comfortable to ride around. And in the summer breeze like we've got today, it's like maybe 72 degrees with a light east breeze. Man, this is paradise. He's enjoying it. Hey, I hope you and yours have a great Easter. Wishing you health and prosperity in all your endeavors. Thanks for watching Eat Your Backyard. Please don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. Would love to have you as part of the community. Hope you leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Have a great day. Thanks for watching Eat Your Backyard.